Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Theresa Hebert, your co-host for The Goddess Emergence with Dr. Brie Gibbs. On today's show, we're going to continue a discussion that Dr. Brie shared with us on our last show, which was a healing journey never to be forgotten, a labor of love. We'll call this part two. But in today's session, she's going to share some information with us about mind thought patterns. Very interesting subject and very critical to our healing process. So please welcome Dr. Brie Gibbs.
Hello, everyone, and God's blessings. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I want, during my journey, I'll say it this way during my journey, I had to learn new thought patterns in my mind and keep them there. I thought, how am I going to do this? I was so used to the rage and the anger. And once I released that, it was kind of like I was in a void. And I thought, what do I do now? Oh, my guide said, you need to learn mind thought patterns. So if somebody makes you mad or you don't like something, you need to find another way to release them and not get mad at the person or yourself even, or a driver. The driver almost hits your car or whatever. I mean, we all had that have had that, excuse me. We've all had that happen to us. And or they slam on their brakes or whatever, and you're going, angels in the creator, please help me now. So, and my guides. So here's the thing: changing a mind thought pattern is can be simple, but you have to use it. So my husband said something the other day that I'm not going to repeat. That was actually kind of funny between the husband and wife. Let's just say that. And if he only knew I was doing this right now, oh my God, he'd have a fit. Baby, he said something, and I went in the bathroom and I started breathing. So I breathed in 5 times and blew out 5 times. So I was breathing in love, blowing out any negative reaction I may have. And I came out and said a certain thing, and he shocked him. He was shocked. He didn't know what to do. He just started laughing in the kitchen. He's making his breakfast. I was getting ready to film the other day, and it's never happened again. So then he said something else today. And he walked in the bedroom. I was in the living room drinking some tea, and I had to breathe 5 times. I didn't even answer him. The part of this, changing your mind thought patterns, is looking inside of you. Why is it bothering you? Why does it bother you that my glasses are glary? Okay. Why does it bother you? You might not like my office, the background. I like it, but it may not be what you would like. So why would it bother you? So you want to find out why these things bother you. So you look inside of you. And then you take it back up into the mind and you say, what would my guide say to this? Let's just say uh, you want to use the unknown forces, and they're all love. So what would my guide say? Oh, somebody didn't like what I was wearing, and they thought this black sweater would look better on me. Let's use that for example. And I was wearing a different one or whatever. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing is that when you change that mind thought pattern and you go in there and you think about what to say to the answer of what, oh, I kind of screwed that up. Sorry. I'm still learning. See? So when you go in your head and you look at that and you hear, okay, what would my guide say? I come back out the room and say, I understand how you're feeling. And maybe the other sweater would look better. So let me try it on. You're not being rude. You know you're not going to want that sweater on, but at least you're honoring that. You get what I mean, Teresa?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's kind of respecting where another person is coming from, but doing it in a kind, respectful way instead of pushing back and shoving a conversation back and forth between you.
Yes, yes. So, and then, so you change your mind thought patterns on everything. The way you look at the world right now, the planet. We're in the great shift of consciousness. How do you see it? Do you feel all that chaos out there? I'm sorry, but I don't, because I don't allow it to affect me. That is the writing that's going on, the presidential elections going on right now. I don't allow it to bother me. My husband showed me something this morning that I'm not going to say whether I agree with this or not, but I'll actually pull this out because I thought this would activate somebody. Here's a 2020 dollar bill to vote for Trump, and then one with his wife. Okay. Now, they're not real, of course. When I saw it, I took it humorous because I wasn't going to allow myself to get upset over none of it. Now, I've never seen anything like that before, but you have to look at the humor in it. So it doesn't bother you where you get so upset. And that's changing your mind thought patterns and you're speaking at the same time. So my husband goes, well, what do you think about it? And I'm sitting there laughing. I said, well, I'm laughing. So that answers that question. He goes, man, I haven't heard you laugh like that for a long time. I'm not laughing at President Trump or his wife. I'm laughing at the dollar bill. That's not real with a picture. Okay. So whether I believe in reelecting Trump or Biden, it doesn't matter. It was just the funness of it. Okay. So, anyway, so here's the thing that's changing your mind thought patterns and your speaking. And people go, why do I need to change the way I speak? Well, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. And so, it's like, this is what I want to do. So, if you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, go into the mind, look into yourself, or even just say, what would my guide say before you say a word? Okay, so that's the one. And how do we speak to others that have upset us? I'm looking down some notes. Upset us with love, plain love. We're in the great shift of consciousness right now, and we're all learning a new love. And I said on my last video that I'm learning love. We have the human level of love, but there's a spiritual level that's coming to the planet now. And we're all learning that. And so, can I say I know that all the way? No, but I know more than what I knew before about love and what it truly means. And every day I'm softening, every day I'm staying calmer. And that's part of that also. I think it's important that we stay calm during this time with the writing that goes on, with everything. We just stay calm. And if you can't stay calm, stay in your home where it doesn't come through the door and don't watch the news. Watch happy things. Me, I like vampire movies. I like, Hallmark. I like different things, right? The Avengers, just different things that take my mind off things. So I am not so serious all the time because I've worked so hard over the last year working on me. So those are some things you can do. Teresa, do you have any ideas?
Well, as you're talking, I'm thinking about some of the information that I've gotten, some from your guides and some from my guides about how do you change things if you don't like things that are going on in the world? Well, you have to start with you because the only thing you can change is you, right? But what you can do with your thoughts, with your words before they come out of your mouth, you can say, let me do everything I do with love. And what does that really mean? I mean, are we committed to really practicing that, everything that comes out of our mouth? And I can't tell you how many times I've had to reset myself about, whoops, is that really in love? Or I go to do a task that maybe I don't really want to do. And I'm learning how to switch it from an obligation to a love task. It is making a huge difference. And I realize that I can do that for me. And when you start to do that, you begin to change the things around you, because we don't always like how everybody talks to each other. And we don't like sometimes the blame and the accusations that go back and forth. We know that doesn't solve anything. So I really like what you're talking about when you say, let's do things with love. Let's figure out what that really means, and let's practice that.
It makes life so much easier.
Mhm,
And as we're shifting right now,
mhm,
we have to shift ourselves. And it's like that makes so much sense to what we're doing.
mhm,
And, I'm not trying to stop any other healing going on, whether you're Reiki, people like Reiki, or they like, past life regressions or whatever. That's their journey. I'm just saying an option of what I went through to bring through for this new timing that we have. So that's the one thing I wanted to get out there. The other thing is, Gas Era was here for a short time, and I told people, you know, have a session while she's here. She was my sister 76,000 years ago, and she came here to help me heal. I didn't know that, but in the meantime, she showed me who I was back then and taught me about the black diamond and the black diamond energy. And we were talking about that. And that's another healing form of that I've learned. And I use it every day. Another healing um, form that I just love is the five breath self healing meditation by Kahu Fred Sterling. And if you go to www.kirael.com, you are able to see this healing modality. It's amazing. He worked on it for 3 years before he even said anything to his wife Patty, and is made my thyroid work again. So when I said my thyroid in the last video, I had the frontal thyroid removed, so I only had half that was working at maybe 10%. It's working at full strength now by using this meditation. It's helped my eyes. Um, Before, and I have contacts on right now with the readers on top, but these are even a little bit too strong now. And it was the same strength I had before. So this meditation does work. So if I feel like I want to go eat something when I'm not supposed to, I use that method and it stops me. And then so yesterday I ate something I shouldn't have ate. And I went, oh, I was so sick with acid reflux. Okay. And it hit within a short time. And so what did I do this morning? Get up, shower, got dressed, did my five breath self healing meditation, and I'm here. And that helps. Now, the changing of the guards and the guides is what I want to say what's happening to a lot of us. A lot of us our guides are changing.
mhm.
And I had to say goodbye a couple weeks ago to Gazira, which was very hard for me. She had to go back to the collective. And that is a oneness of let's just say you lived a couple hundred lives, past lives, and you're here on the planet, and you've left the planet, and she had to go back to that oneness. But she did such an amazing job to help me heal through all of this, what I went through seeing about my mother. And like I said, I love my mother, and there's nothing more to say about her because she is just amazing. But I have been honored, and this happened a while ago, and I haven't said nothing, by an elven in the seventh dimension asked me if I would be their medium. It took me a while to decide whether I would be her medium or not. And her name, I'm not going to give out the full name because it's a very long name. Her name is Barish, and she will be coming out and talking here in the next week. We'll put the first one out. Um, and she has much to say. And so there'll be some live Facebooks where you can ask her questions, and then private classes or a private session you can have with her or whatever. But she has taught me so much about the dimensions and what we're truly in, and you know, the different things about the elements, why they use the elements uh, inside the earth. Why did they use the elements? Why is that part of their laws? And so I wanted to just get that out real quick. The other thing is be easy on yourself right now. I wasn't. I was hard on myself. I forced myself to go through everything every day. And then I take a break and watch movies, and then I go right back to it. It was like every day I was working. And my guys were going, take a break. And so one day I talked to somebody that's my mentor, and I told him, I said, I sat and did nothing but curl up with a blanket and watch TV. He said, good for you. you know, and this is something that's been in the spiritual world for 40 years, but it helped me. Mm, excuse me. I'm going to drink of water real quick. Okay. It helped me to understand when I was sitting there watching this mindless show, that Vampire Diaries. I was watching me and my vampire movies. I was watching that because I know we all know that that was not real. And so, even as kids. And so the thing is that it released me enough not so I could emotionally, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually release myself to rest. So you want to rest a lot during your time, going through this whole healing process. So what I'm going to leave you with today is that everything that's going to be in this series, I will bring out some things. You'll be able to learn more and more every time. And then we'll open up the chat lines because we're going to do a Zoom class on it. And we'll open that up and you can ask questions and I'll answer. And Barish will be there and she'll be able to answer questions for you also. And so I just want you all to have a wonderful day today. And eventually on my website, there'll be a list of um, classes and a calendar that you can set up appointments. So God's blessings to you all.